My name is André Aciman. I'm the author of Call Me By Your Name and of Find Me. Find Me is the story of Elio, Oliver, as they've gotten older, and it's also the story of the father of Elio. The story takes place in Rome with the father, it takes place in Paris with Elio, and in New York City with Oliver. And finally, it takes place in Alexandria, the city where I was born. I'm here at Waterstones Piccadilly, and I'm going to recommend 3 books. The first is The Emigrants by W.G. Sebald. It's a book I discovered almost 20 years ago, and I'm a big fan of it because it is so well written. And it happens to narrate the story of various people who have been displaced, mostly unwillingly, from their home country to a different place. And they discover or excavate what that new place is and what it means to them and what it reminds them of. It is a brilliant book, and it deals especially with the Holocaust and the memory of the Holocaust. The next book I want to recommend is Olivia, originally known as Olivia by Olivia, but it's now, we know who the author is. It's by Lytton Strachey's sister and John Strachey's sister, called Dorothy Strachey, and she wrote it when she was quite old. It's a story of a girl who is a boarder in a private school in France, and she falls in love with her teacher, and I think the teacher knows it and is also very attracted to her, but nothing happens, and it's the tension that builds between them when neither says anything about their love. I loved the book so much, and I was so taken by it, that I decided to call my favorite character Oliver after Olivia in Call Me By Your Name. My final choice is Marguerite de Navarre's Heptameron, a book basically trying to imitate the Decameron by Boccaccio. However, Marguerite is an amazing writer, and she's so psychologically acute that it is impossible to understand how someone writing in the 16th century could have written such a profound book. One of the stories, the one that influenced me the most and is present in various ways in Call Me By Your Name, my own novel, is the story of Amadou and Floride. It is a beautiful story of 2 individuals who are in love with each other and decide that it cannot be spoken about. So they are constantly trying to court each other and engage with each other until at some point the young man says to the girl, "Is it better to speak or to die?" And of course she understands there's a trick in that. She says, "You have to speak." And so he speaks. And it's a line that I love because I used it in Call Me By Your Name.